here, having the chance to talk, discuss in a very friendly and brotherhood manner, which is completely different from certain situations where we may meet. So this is why we have the belief that, hey, we don't have to stop at boarding a vehicle, chasing people outside. But we also need to sit with people around the table, discuss issues, and make sure life becomes easy for all of us. I promise, unless if I am out, with my presence in the region as the chief of the nation, this will not only stop with the Nigerian community or the Nigerians in the Diaspora organization. It will be extended to other nationals who are also represented in this country. I know for Nigerians, they are very well organized. Even in the rural provinces, you go there, you find a body representing their nationals, which is sometimes different with other nationals in this country. Any of the nationals who have representatives in this region here, surely we are going to meet with them, and we will surely discuss with them. Essentially, what we want to put across is that we as Immigration Department, I can say back in 2019, the department has developed a strategic plan that has a directive for the institution. And among the strategic goals of SSP is this is one of them that we are doing, that we have a dialogue with people who we share the issue of migration. One cannot manage migration without involving the migrants themselves. Migrants have to be in the center of migration management. So in essence, we as the institution have to sit with the migrants, more especially bodies representing those migrants, to discuss the issues. Presently, it's a responsibility of every migrant present in this country to make sure your immigration status is always recognized in confinement of the laws of the country. So, we don't only have to be going out chasing people. We want people to understand that once you are the national of this country, it is your responsibility to make sure every end of year you start working on this government. As Gambian nationals, once you attain the age of 18 years, it's your responsibility to make sure you have your national identity, to identify. That is equally your immigration status. So we need people to have this understanding to avoid immigration officials to be chasing them, to avoid immigration officials to be subjecting them to difficult situations. I think this is an awareness raising that we want to do, and here we know it's a commercial community. It's not easy at all to gather everybody. But the people who have made it a responsibility upon themselves to represent their people, I think no matter how difficult it is, those people will be ready to give out their time and their everything to listen to something or to attend to something that will benefit the people that they are representing. So This is why OIC Sala, officer in charge of the Serekunda enforcement, took the directive to start with the Nigerian community, Nigerians in the Diaspora organization, which he knows is an organized body, and with the help of the leader, the able leadership, our invitation is granted. We are here at this discussion. We want people to have to understand the organization they are staying instead of allowing immigration officers to case in that. It is the laws of the country that we are enforcing. We all know that we are all human beings, we are all African brothers and sisters, but then each of these African countries have their laws, and they are. Some points, people will be offended, infractions will be happening, people will be having infractions from time to time. But yesterday, I think we should have ways and means of addressing some of those things, or taking directions or moves that will be able to minimize those kind of effects. And I think this is one of those things. So as I said earlier, I thank you so much for your time, because I have seen very, very responsible people sitting there, giving us the chance. So, and I also hope this relationship will move forward. Thank you so much. This is
Thank you very much, Commander. Very good for speech. You spoke well, and this is exactly what we are trying to pass the message across, so that we will not contaminate it. On that note, I will still take the full break.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Wonderful. Good morning once again. Thank you so much. Like I said, my name is Ibrahim Hassan, President of the OIC Circular Enforcement. I've been deployed to Circular on 28th of January 2025 as the enforcement. I know your president. Sometimes last year or the year before, 2 years back. 2 years back. Yeah. Then I was in Benjamin. I've been there for almost 3 years. And then consistently I've been working on it. And I believe this is something that I am going to do. It was sharing, identifying, networking, collaborating, and it and I would definitely say it was a big challenge on me to be fished out from a minor station like Benjamin, which is having the capacity of 10, 15 people to manage, and then coming to a bigger picture, managing a whole unit with almost 60 personnel. I first take it as a big challenge, and secondly, when it comes to revenue, I think Serekunda is going to be the backbone of our institution when it comes to revenue. So this is what I've been thinking of. How would I be able to meet their expectations? To be picked out of almost 3,000 or 4,000 immigration officers, given that responsibility, it is not small. And I always say that to whom much is given, much is expected. And that has been my answer. Then I come up with these questions. What would I do to make sure that I was able to meet their expectations? Indeed, it has been a very challenging one. But like I said, wherever challenge is not, many results will never come. deem it necessary to draw out a plan, a work plan, highlighting certain activities which I certainly know that if people are inclusive, I will solely be there. I met one of your former presidents with OTC. I think that was a week when I started this community engagement program. When I grew my programs, I divided it into about 4 ways of interactions. I said I will go on sensitization, I'll go on visitation, I'll do my interactions, and I'll also have meetings, targeting special groups to make sure at least they are able to partner with me, which I deem necessary to make sure that. Why? Because I was able to make reflections into the past activities. What have been happening with immigration office? What are some of the challenging mechanisms that have been happening? What are the issues that have been happening? And then I wanted to add value and also change the dynamic. This has been my product way of thinking about it. But God says yes. With the idea that you were trying to, one day I will give you the opportunity whether you will be able to realize these things. I think the former enforcement commander, I met him about 2 to 3 occasions, telling him to go on this, at least to change our operations. But I think the man who has the notion, and then the person who has the idea, and then the person who's going to implement it, these are 2 different things. And when I have the implementation idea, they say, okay, how will the person to execute that? And here I am. I think I was able to successfully engage on the community interactions, about 21 community interactions which I did. That was from the 6th of February I started. I met almost about 23rd meeting and ending with associations. I met the Senegalese association. I met with the Malian association. We also had a number of about 400 or 500 members. And I was able to meet both the executive and the other members. I also conducted about 23 interactions between business communities, especially at the most area concerned case around GPEX. I was able to conclude that if you go to our DID page, you will find it. I was able to initiate. I successfully held meetings too with different communities, targeting almost hotels, lodges, brothels, just to make sure that we change the idea. Why do I come up with this? Because it's like immigration officers, like you said, within our SPs, we brought a strategic plan targeting about 10 goals, of which I think one of them was like community engagement. And I deem it necessary, like he said, when you're dealing with migration issues, it's better you deal with the people that are at the center stage. And then how would you, I cannot make that individual, but I think if you met the respective organizations that are managing the affairs of them, you can also make it. What comes to my mind is like, I am giving a task to manage a fund. And then you people also having the organizations, as the association members or the executive body managing them, you are also interested with some goals and achievements. And then deciding to come together to make sure that issues concerning us, when they arise, we will know where to direct them, achieve them, and then identify them. From there, they come to solutions. And I said that hence, 2 people of the same family, the same magnitude, the same aims and objective, then I think it's better we partner and stick together. And this is why I come up with, I was still figuring it out until I met Mr. Victor, and he told me that yes, not knowing that my brother in partner was still the president. And Faba Timothy here, I know him Faba in 2003, when I was not in uniform, but still in immigration, but in a different world. Then he was also struggling really in this country. But today, this is why I say the life is good. So this has been some of our agendas, just to make sure that we change the dynamics. Why? We've been learning in past experience, we've been having a lot of issues, confrontations, commotions, fighting, howling there. And I said, look, the 21st century is calling for human civilizations and treatment of dignity. And how could we change this? Every person deserves the right. Every person has a right. And integrity is something that you must have. It's a reciprocal. When you give it, you expect it. If you treat people with dignity, people with respect, they will also treat you like the same. So we must not only see it or to be like seeing ourselves as implementators. No, we also have to be in the center page and to make sure that we are able to achieve something. And this is why I said I wouldn't only sit in the office to make sure that I wouldn't know anything. No, I have to go around to the community, communicate with them, identify actors, identify partners, so that we collaborate to achieve our common goal. And what is our common objective? Migration, I know, is like an commercial have said. There is no force in this world who can control migration. No. Before we were born, migration was existing, and it will continue to exist. Even after our departure, we will still continue to exist. Laws, this is why regulations, laws will continue to exist, just to make sure that they are able to change dynamically, to make sure that they are able to be assimilated or accepted into the society that we live with honorably, dignity, and respect. This has been our concern. This is why we feel it necessary to make sure we come out, see the right people, that whose voice will be more heard than us. This is why your association, as the president or the executive, managing the Nigerian diaspora in the Gambia, are targeted. And I'm so happy to be part of it. Seeing back the faces that have definitely moved before, it is something that has definitely reflected my mind. And then, like I said, I always say this: what is not my business is your business. Because at the end of the day, if your neighbors would fire a house caught fire, you are never safe. So this is why you decided to come together to make sure that you respect the laws, establish reside and integrate within the Gambia. So if that is happening, the institutions or the body responsible for that, I think we should definitely collaborate, like Magnet and IO, to come closer together and achieve a common closer which I think we are in the right place, we've identified the right people, and then I'm sure the people that we are also sharing the information, we are the right people to share the same information to this is why our topic of discussions will be some of these issues. Like I said, why we said recognize issues and identification of partners. Because like immigration, because I've been saying this, there's a stereotype that they've been putting onto us as officers. And then that phenomenon is also affecting us mentally. When I see the military entering the community, there is no migrant or there is no foreigner, sorry to use that language, to run away from them. They really accepted their presence within them. And they never took them as a threat. When they saw the police within them, they will never run. And the police are looking for criminals. But with us immigration, the moment we are shorted out at a distance, people think they are guilty. I feel embarrassed myself. I said, am I not accepted in the society? Or where I'm going, am I not supposed to be there? What does it mean that people are running away from? Because the military is having a call, entering the society, and people are not running after them. But whenever they saw me in this uniform, people have to take their heel. I said, no, these are some of the questions that I've been asking myself. But only one, it's like people who do not sit and discuss, they might take us as a threat. But we are not a threat, definitely, because we are the first people to be contacted when you are coming into this country. And then we interact, we share, we dine peacefully. Okay, now coming to the side of integration and establishment, then we're trying to see a different question. Then I said, no, this is not what is expected. Like, I said, obviously, how could we change this dynamic? How could we change this narrative? Because we could change, there's something that could be done. Then we have to sit and discuss. And this is where today we say this. Yes, we know that the flexible muscles are not the same. There are others who can just pull 3,600 at the same time. But there are others who you know that it's a challenge. It's not easy. Because looking at it, $3,600 in a year, we have 360 days in a calendar. Multiply 3,600 divided. A day is asking you for $10 or $0.9. 9 point something doodles. Right? Every day when you put up $10, by the year, you are almost there. If you can handle these monies together, like my friend Timothy used to do when he was struggling, you will get a little come to my office. Mr. Salah, hold this. You go struggle against bring the people his place and then he gets his freedom. We could still continue that and we are still doing it. Just, I think 3 days back, there was a flaman who came. He deposited $3,000 with us. And the rumors were spreading. Yes, your money, they have eaten it. But when he came back to bring his $800, there was a misunderstanding between them. But when I come out, I instructed them to go to the list where they have a part payment list because I make sure that whoever drops your single butut in my office, that money is accounted for. Because like I said, people are treated with dignity and respect. There are 3 things that you always have to bear. That you must be ready to be accountable by the society. You must be able to respond to their needs. And you must have to emphasize what transparency. If every leader bears these things, or every individual who has a responsibility bears these 3 qualities, probably are there. Because these things are there for them to see the world. They die for themselves. These are characters that the person himself must bear and they must extend the process. So the guy was very happy when he saw that it's the same amount of money that he was indicating his own ID card was also attached in the same money. Then he said, no, definitely I've never expected that I would have met because this has never been happening. Look at that. It has never been happening. Anytime I drop my money here, when I come, people started giving me free excuses. But for me, I said no. This is why when it comes to monetary, myself, I'm not involved. I delete it. And I don't expect to call them and ask them and they start giving me free excuses because I told them I'm not interested. But I will call on anyone and ask you what I did, of which definitely is paying dividend. Today, I should say I'm one of the most happiest men. Relief in a sense. Just this morning I shared my quarterly report with you for this month. Which is almost $1.5 million in a particular month. From my predecessors, the whole year they were able to work $4 million plus. So in my quarterly report, I am able to generate $5 million.
Wow.
In 3 months. In the 6 months where we are almost heading to $7 to $8 million. So by the year ending, my target is $10 million, and inshallah I will get that with the support of you guys. So slowly but surely, and we are going in a very fast pace, steady, with 0 crime. And I think when I said that, you guys will get to understand that. There is never a Nigerian who will come here and say that I'm badly treated. Or they beat me, or they flog me, or I paid my money, I do not see. We are not receiving all those cases. It's here. At the High Command, when they said, no, Sarakunda, this year, they are there. We are not receiving any issues. Talk less or make comparison to the past years. So meaning, obviously, our community engagement with the targeted group is paying dividend. This is why we are not relenting in it. That's the secret of our agenda, and that's the topic for us to make sure that we continue pushing for this. With us or without us. Because we want to set a very good legacy. People down there that are giving us this responsibility has regard of us. They are expecting something. And they are not expecting nothing other than this. And then we must have to send a very clear message to the people that we are working with. Let them have value and respect. That's what we said. Respect the people that we are dealing with. Remember, from their tax pay, that's what they are paying us. No, we are paying more than them. Because from my salary, I'm directed $1,690 something every month. There's no foreigner who's paying that in a year. No. Even those people come in, they pay $7,700 in a year. But despite, there is one of my boss who said, it's better the job to cheat you than you cheat the job. If the job cheats you, then the dividends will be for the day. But if you cheat the job, you always be there struggling, complaining, gossiping, fighting, that people left you behind. No, it is you that left yourself behind. Because you don't want to progress it. People are going. So if you sit at that corner, you think that they'll come and drive you there. No. So you must have the ability, the willingness to make sure that you are right. And this is why we deem it necessary to come out from our caves, wherever we might find ourselves, to make sure that we meet the people that we supposed to discuss with. Who will be there to help us achieve our aims and objectives. I think that the people that we met here are our uncles. There is even a more that this is models and universities of this world. They are very good breadwinners, they are very good collaborators, and I think the message we put across definitely good. So, we are not really targeting or focusing on particular people that I need to pay. Because as the Gambia is also part of signatories or protocols, conferences, international, even local, or regional. Moreover, Gambia Immigration Department and Nigeria. We had a very brief history. The curriculum and the uniform that we are wearing and the Nigerian immigration, they are almost the same. They're the same. Last year in November, when the Director General of Nigeria came here, when that's the chief controller officer, Madam, I forgot his name. When they come to having a portrait with our director, we couldn't even imagine whose uniform is this. Yes. When you are at distance, you couldn't know. Unless you come closer, then you certainly know that yes, these are two uniforms. So we've learned a lot from Nigerian systems. The first Director General advisor here in this country, Mr. Kennedy, was in Nigeria. And they helped this very department that we are working to establish. Until 1992, when the department becomes a semi-autonomous and we are registered. Tell you, this is what it is. And in 92, that was the first time that the Director General, first ever Director General was established. So we've achieved a lot to the support of Nigerians. So we also need to return that compliment, but not to desire the way we are treating them instead. No. And it's totally unacceptable. And when we speak like totally unacceptable, it is not only going to be a word, but it is something that will reflect right in our heart. You know it. So we could still pass the message across. If they have the willpower, let them come and pay. If they do not have, let them go to our office. Whatever little that they have, let them come and drop it us. We're there too. We come in bit by bit until they do. Then all this has to be stopped. It is never my wish to be wasting resources, time, energy, just to go and fix up. No. I will never brag for that. Never. Because it is not a way of treating people with dignity. What would I earn of treating people behind my cover and the broken news? When myself, I will not even do that. So how could we change? How could we change this narrative. This is what we need. Let them come. Whatever needs they have, let them come. We'll develop it, and then we'll actually prepare them. Give them whatever they have. All of us will be free. When we see them, they will not run away from us. We will not run from them. Then the work serious starting now will stop. That is a big loss. Because we are not after criminals. It is just a statutory mandate that has been given to us to implement. But we don't also just want to see ourselves as law enforcers. No. We also want to be part of the community. Because we are coming from the community. People we are meeting outside, the same people that we have. Different kind of ways. The sisters we are arresting, we are leaving sisters home. The mothers we are arresting, we are leaving our home. And we did not dare to treat our mom the same way we are treating them in the States. So they deserve the respect. So this is why we said we will not only sit, but we will go advocate. Sending the message clearly so that it will reach the last person over there. That wherever they found immigration officers, they must see them as partners. They must see them as brothers and sisters. Because it's the same way that ECOWAS is calling, of which we are all member states. That every other member state, every national of ECOWAS member state has the right to enter and decide on ECOWAS with valid travel. But it doesn't only stop there. State, they have the right to establish an independence. And today, Gambia and Nigerians are sharing very beautiful culture. How many of the sisters are married to Nigerians today? The statistics is very high now. So I will say that those people are not part of our society. We couldn't. So we had a very beautiful culture. We have definitely something to reflect on. And this is a big achievement. Big plus. So whereas you have the right to integrate, let's follow also the laws of the land. That's what it is. The laws of the land need to be obeyed. So what we are doing, we are not taking advantage. But it is statutory mandate. It's a requirement that we also do. At least for some of us to also take up the money. Because if that was not done, I don't think that I would be sitting here to be able to put food on top of my family. So indeed, this was one of them. I think working with you people to achieve those things is something that definitely is important. The other one was like security part of it. We must make sure that your security and your safety is our friend. This is why it has been my concern that anytime they come out, anybody, this is the first thing I brief them, even after they work, I brief them out. Whenever they go out, whenever they come in, this is our concern that I have. Any challenge, any issues, the people that bring, are they safe, are they secured? Even food, I prepare them. The food we are cooking, eating, my concern is the same food that they are also eating. So meaning their security and safety lies in our hands. And before, I'm going to say, they've been enjoying that. But today, anybody who steps there knows that definitely they are doing. When I'm closing my office, I also give them. For those that are there, they need to eat during night. Give them food. But before I do that, I also make contact with them. Some of them, what do you have to eat in that you can drop it here and begin to come back? Some of them will solely bend and come back. us when you need to move around. All those things. Like I said, it has never been my wish to be living people in that condition. Sometimes I will just I drop your phone, go and bring money and come. Because I know phones are very valuable. They will never let them buy because that's why all their contracts now. Go, come back. Yes. So all these things are strategy. We are just trying to make sure that we do not. But in the real context, we are not supposed to. But why are we taking this? At least to give them a sign of possession. Give them time. So that they can also be part of it. So we are also taking this, but the most part of it that we are concerned with is their security. Because some of them, they might live, when you pick them, it's unannounced. They are not prepared. They are not up with you on an incident, but you do not know. Leaving them home or how they left their houses, you might not know. So these are things that we also consider. I put all these things into consideration. So definitely, like I said, we also have this thing. So, like the border security officer, I think we will partner him now because it's also a concern. I think the last time Timothy came with somebody that was not happy and just having his passport, and then it's like those things are our issues. Yeah, but sometimes we need to use our voices. That's our discretion. Because he just landed himself into that because he did not know. If he had known, he would have did it. But I just referred him back to the border and asked him to let's go back there. Because we could have just accepted him and then asked him to pay. But tomorrow he will pay the consequences. So it was better we advise them to do exactly. So it's better we get the right information from the right place so that people will see people from there. And last to this, it's like what we are doing here is to try to promote mutual understanding. Cooperate with us, cooperate with partners to make sure we are able to ease some of the burdens. That's one of the reasons. And again, to bridge the gap between us so that there is no more space. We work hard in here. If who knows it, feels it. And like I said, once you establish a relationship with somebody, that's the body. You feel happy. It's like you got to control something today. He hugs me. Thinking that we are mothers of the same father. No, the same mom. Because what he was thinking in his mind of what transpired yesterday. If you were enemies yesterday, you didn't know when he saw me today who got me. No. You wouldn't get it. You wouldn't get it. Because you can be out. You're just a bad man. I'm president, I'm going. I don't want to be part of this man. Yes. So, today, that's what I will be able to say. You see, there's always one thing I will say. The first goal what I received in my entire life, I got from the foreign sort of background. Here, he met me far back in Gambia. This was in 2008 at the border post. He dropped from the car, walked me, removed this one from me, and said, "This is how." He said, "I have nothing to offer to you, but this is the goal what I bought. Please accept it from me." I said, "No, I can't." He said, "No. If you don't take this, then know that we are enemies for it, because you did good to me yesterday." Goal what? I couldn't have no goal. But there was what was my salary then? Less than $2,000 as a couple. How well would I have gotten that? But you see, relationship, they can handle anything in this life. So that's why it's always good to the cops. They deserve it. Don't see anyone, even if they are criminals, the law is telling them, treat them with their dignity or get. They deserve it. So it is only the competent law that can deserve or preserve somebody's life. sometimes we think that we are being considered of the law doesn't mean that you own the law. We don't want it. And sometimes this is what I always remember. Remember, what they have inflicted is not yours. It's the law. The way you take it personal, it becomes something emotional. They are inflicting the law. And it's the same law you are also inflicting. Should you be treated like them? Yes, yes. So let's remind them. Hence we have the objective. Hence we have the purpose. We have the challenge to directly interact with them. Educate them. Yes. Counsel them at that point so that you will not believe. But he acted arrogantly, you also acted arrogantly. It will never pay dividends. Today, I think we are able to sit here comfortably. But when I started, I definitely I got it tough. By the time he came, he had already made the doors for some. But when I started, it was very tough. Very, very tough. Because they were not trusting to leave their money with us. Never. They are here. You ask them, they say, no, I will not leave my money here. They escort me to immigration, let me go and pay. No. I said, no. We are here to make this marriage. We know what challenges we will have. Yes, it is true. I must pay the price. But remember, not all of us who are bad. They are not good. They are not good. You come, there's a brother that you come with the same father, but he landed himself in the trouble. Doesn't mean that he's bad. I said, no. So don't beat me with somebody's skin. Because only last week with my own money. Allow me to commit the same mistake. Then you confess me. But see me wearing the same uniform. You think that we are the same character. No. So, little by little. But now we got it. At least some of them, without even their cards, they really appreciate us. And this is what we wanted to continue doing. And I know that you people at the center stage will definitely do that. You can police our image in our back. You can also be part of the advocating team to make sure that this we are protecting our communities. And that note, I think I've definitely taken the time. Once again, I forward my apology for wasting your time. I know this is not the best time that most of you will find yourself in. You sacrifice to leave certain things undone. And this has reminded me that the people that have put you in there for affairs to make sure that you manage their affairs, they definitely interact. There is no other time that they can accept, even if they are paid in salaries, but they are not taking care of your families and needs. You have common business, private issues, other issues that you definitely need to work on. You decided to leave all those things there just to invite us to come and discuss which definitely is something that we should definitely appreciate. Like I said, you can rent chairs, but you will never rent a human being. So the mere fact that you are called and you come and answer to us, definitely this is a big thing that we definitely achieve. Even if it stops here, I know these 8 people here can definitely share the message to the whole corner of the Nigerian community. On that note, I think that this is what I have to say. If I have said anything unintentional, definitely is a mistake from me. I'm human. We are bound to make errors. But like I said, to them is divine. So this is all I have to say.
Thank you very much. Thank you. That's a well-detailed explanation. And like I said earlier, I'm honored that you are here. I don't know if there's any of you who want to speak among your team, so that ours will be to respond to some of the things that you have presented.
So you will like over everything.
Otherwise, he has covered everything.
Well, I think if that says everything, or the message is clear to us. If you have any concerns that we feel that we share our questions, I think.
All right, thank you very much. Please let me allow my team, one or two persons, to react to what you have presented before I will speak on the matter. Please, the floor is open for any of us who want to react or speak on anything regarding this meeting.
Let us not restrict people.
You should say something.
I will.
Okay. Good afternoon. Your Excellency. Landing officer, sorry, I'm asking late. My name is Honorable Paul, PRO of Nigerians Coordination. I have a little bit reaction, just a question and also an appeal. I want to appeal if the GID will have a center for Nigerians, like it mustn't come around to chase. Have a center where Nigerians will be help of our Excellency, Nigerians will just come here, pay for their permit, get access or get their card, their PDC or the plastic card, give it to them, not to receive, because most times you must have paid for your permit. But when you go maybe across the border, maybe Bara or maybe blocks or further entries, when they request for your permit and you give it to them, when they will ask you where is your national document that backs it up. So when you ask them, but you gave me this document and you don't believe me, you understand? They will flame up. So if those people there can sensitize, tell them this is the document to shoot from the immigration, they should be well noted in the document. So that they will stop harassing our people. Because the harassment is much. Because when you're coming from Bala, it's much. Why going is much.
Especially at the borders, right?
Yes. Secondly, I'm appealing if there will be a special center for Nigerians. Special center. What I mean special center that will be duly managed by Nigerians with the help of the Excellency and his team and also the immigrations. Where we can vividly or dignitaries and honorable members can come here, vividly pay and go without staying on a long queue. Because sometimes what discourages people sometimes to go get this thing, when you wake up in the morning by 6, let me use Bloom as an example. When you go there, you see the queue will be very long. As a working class, we are planning to go to work early in the morning. When you get there by 6 o'clock, you see the long queue, will be discouraged. Maybe in that process of going there, maybe you say let you go to work, when you come back in the evening, you are closed. Maybe when you go and you meet the immigration on the road, you see the problem there. So if we can have a special center where we can easily go access it and come back. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you very much. I think you've talked at a very good point that I'm so much delighted. That reminds me or give me a reflection as to some of the challenges when I started, what I found. Like I said, accessibility of payment was something very, very, very tough for me. At the time when we started in March, my cousin, if he was here, would have definitely said yes. It was very challenging for us. A day I was receiving nothing less than 200-300 payments. It went up to the stage, the cash tank was not even closed. They cannot close. Money was not there. We were putting money on boxes, in buckets, pans. The most furious thing or the most troubling something, we would send people to Canopy for payment. We couldn't. I said no. This is the solution. help. Because at very one time, in fact, they wanted to attack my cashier and took me from me. They went with almost 200 people. Every Thursday, I would fuel vehicle, they would hire a taxi. They would transport the people to Kanifi. Go and come, go and come, go and come. 6 or 7 trips. Kanifi. They go, the people, number of people, they will attend people less than 50, 30. The rest, you will ask them to come. That will cost commission, I said. What I did, I went directly to them, to their management. I said, look, I am tired. And equally, you people have to need to solve and come to my aid. The people we are dealing, they have rights. And what they are calling me for is their right. Hence, we receive their money. They must also get the money, the document that they are paying for us. But they cannot be carrying a small sheet of paper with no date. No. If people are comfortable with that, me, I'm not comfortable with this. He said, yeah, I said, now, I am here basically. Can you people tell me what is feasible? How many people can you control in your system so that let me stop sending bulk money to bulk people here without unattended? And that is that they told me that daily we can accept almost 100 from you. I said 100. And if I send in this 100, you people will go 100. I said yes. And I went to my class, I said, let's draw a mock plan. I know this old time is an old system. They are used to it. Now what is going to happen? Hence, we normally take their telephone numbers, call 100 people today, and ask them to go to Kanifi. Let them not even come to this office. Let them all go directly to Kanifi. And make sure, send 2 or 3 people that will be there to manage them. We started that, things were going gradually. Though a bit we were managing until I was told. Because then to all other regions, I can say with the whole region, we have 9 stations. And we have only one station to attend to. That's Kanifi Semblance. It has been a concern. I put this, I wrote, share this, my difficulties, my challenges with my command. Immediately they have to set up a task force to come and find solutions to what I was saying. That we seated, I put it together. I did not go this step because I wanted to prove and see what exactly my concerns and my concerns. Because I was tight. And there was no financial regulation where I could have backed up myself. Anything that happens there, straight away they will lock me. They will lock me. Where would I go and produce $3, $4, $5 million? And if any money missing there, it's my responsibility. So this is what I told them. I said, look, is this feasible? Am I safe? Sometimes I used to read this office up to 1:30 a.m. Ask them. 1:30 a.m. I drove home. The next morning, 6 o'clock, come, you will find me in the office. I said, you people are killing me. My family, wanting my small boy, we went to the book and said that his daddy having another couple. Because he said, Daddy, anytime you come here, he comes at night, he goes home, he goes to work at night. I said, Mustafa, you are very right. I have another home in Kansas, that's why I'm here. So definitely, like you said, it's a concern. I know accessibility is a concern, but for now, definitely we are able to draw attention to that. Usually before in South Africa, we were definitely receiving influx of Africans, of which definitely your concern has been one of the main issues that we will be bringing people and we will tell them anything that is useful. But for now, I definitely think with the system that they put in place, we are able to address 95% of our challenges, of which as other stations were dropping, we will also capitalize on their weaknesses. Because their cases were dropping whilst I was still there. Then obviously because we have the men, we have the manpower, we have the resources with them, because we had the people with others they did not have. So they are also managing, they did not just want to sit, prevent themselves this, but they were committing themselves. But there are any areas obviously they couldn't reach, of which now that's what we are definitely trying to compliment them. But I'm certainly sure that I promise you your concern has already been addressed, especially at the beginning of the year. It was something that definitely myself I inherited, but thank God, with the mechanism I've already put in place now, I am no more receiving those things. Yes. So, for them to be coming, my office is open. Take it from me. Anytime that you come to my office, you'll be attended. And whosoever comes there, definitely will be sure he gets what he wants.
Yes, thank you. I think I would like to give some response to what you are question. I think you first created the difficulties that some of you face at the borders with regards to the trust of the officials on the documents that one is carrying with him. Yeah, that is a challenge. If the officers are acting in that way, it's not supposed to be. Somebody who is holding a document that has a photo with it, I think that is identifiable.
But sometimes you know, the receipt is not having it.
It's the receipt that you are looking
Sometimes
at.
you see
It doesn't have image.
Yeah.
So with the receipt,
Yeah.
sorry,
Yeah.
it needs to go with the passport.
Yeah, I think they say the permit itself.
Because
The receipt.
the receipt too, we experience something. Because
Yeah.
they will always exchange.
Exactly.
One will pay, you know, the photocopy and the original, they are almost like the same. Had it been the original has an identity, obviously that would be differentiated from the photocopy.
Yeah.
Then we will sorry. But sorry, we are experiencing this, but it's a solution compared to us.
Exactly.
Because there are
It's changeable.
Yeah, it's exchangeable.
Other
That's
people
why
do that because there is no identity on the form.
talking about.
So if there is no identity, obviously,
That's
it's
why
very
they ask
difficult.
you your nationality.
So that's why they ask the nationality to make sure that they cross check with the name on the receipt and the name on the national document.
Very well.
You know, from every good society, there are backwards. And then people experience in the bad things always make other people that are good to suffer. But you know, sometimes, like I always say, you have to treat people with dignity and respect. But there are ways that you will definitely put your words. The person will feel offended. You will surely know that what you are, everything you are doing, he will even help you in executing or doing whatever you want to do.
Yeah, so I think you understand that point now. It happens a lot, even with national documents. You will be checking in transport while you will see people exchanging the same documents. You detect all those. And the second thing I think is about the congestion and the swing centers.
Yes.
Okay, I think this type of forum is something that can also help that aspect. Once we are the network, you know, we are doing things together. We may not be able to do that service or give that opportunity to everyone, but the few that are opportune to have this direct contact may be helped to solve that part. Because I know what you are talking about. Due to the number of machines that will serve the public, you know, sometimes people will find it. Then sleep congested. You know, if you are so busy, you may not be able to like you. So once you are connected to some of us, you may become enjoy the opportunity that comes quickly with the process.
Thank you very much for your presentation. Being somebody who has been in this country for some time now, so with the immigration we have now, nobody needs to tell anybody that there is a level of changes and competence. Here is what is going on before. So what we would like to see also is more improvement in your part. So, and I know you people will soon be here. I have 3 questions to ask. So my first question goes like this: how we pay for the permit and everything, but for the cards to come and issue. And this has been happening now for the 3rd consecutive time now. Like for me, I've paid since February and I never got my card.
Okay.
That's number 1. Then number 2, I don't know how you arrange your chain of command. You will see some people will be arrested and taken to the camp. And I believe that is out of KMC jurisdiction. So that bothers me sometimes. Then number 3, one of our brothers was being written a letter, being invited by an immigration from expatriate quota. So I don't understand.
You don't know about it.
It's a expatriate quota for a business or something like that. So I know that to be the area of interest of TRA before. So,
Okay. Thank you very much for your questions. The issue of printed cards, you understand, Mr. Chairman. Ourselves, we are always putting it at through our regional commission that applicants are having difficulties of accessing their cards. And we are affected directly because we are the ones on the ground. We are the ones they attend most of those campaigns. We are the ones going for them. And we are the ones they are directly attending. So this lack of accessing their cards is also a strategic issue. We as personnel social member cannot provide these cards. It's the institution. Just as you are feeling it, same way we are. And thank God we are here, hearing this directly from you guys and your feedbacks. We will also put it in our report again, forward it to them, even though we have told them actually. And the other one is people being arrested from Kenya. To become. Yes. This is something that we also receive complaints from. Anyone who is arrested from Gambia and taken to become is somebody who is arrested by personnel from prison personnel from Bukan. Immigration officers from Bukan sometimes work until inside KMC. This is why somebody will have an experience of being arrested in KM and taken to Bukan.
So what about the immigration working in KM?
They are also working.
So they're not going to come and arrest and bring to KM.
Okay. I think I can interject here because I think that's an area that directly concerns us. It's like it's a way of like trying to make sure that we just try to neutralize our conclusions, just to make sure because it's like it's a counter checking measures. We might owe some people obligations because they know me, I know them, how I live them. But with them coming in, it shows a lot of time because it's like this is something, payment is something that we should definitely do. But you know, it's a food for thought and it's a valid point. Because you don't deserve to stay in a particular region and you left your region